I've been waiting. Sunshine, why you playing? With my head on the time, you go way out of line.
Hey, it's your girl Serene and welcome back to my channel. So today is Thursday, October 28th, and they are still selecting jurors for the trial, for Ahmaud Arbery's trial. Basically, they called in 600 people. They're only questioning 20 people a day. So this might take a while. Hey, it's your girl Serene and welcome back to my channel. So today I will be giving a review on what's going on with the Ahmaud Arbery trial. I already put one video out letting you know when the trial supposed to start and that they was going through juror selection for the jury. It almost took them 2 weeks to do this, but I'm not gonna say I'm totally mad about that because I think you definitely need to be questioning who you're allowing onto a jury. But I also feel like some of the questions they was asking some of them jurors, yeah, I won't show about it. And one thing I will say, I did not know that they actually go through your social media accounts. I'm assuming they ask them permission to do it. For some people who I would say like me, whereas mine is private. I don't know. But anywho, they selected a jury. The prosecution did raise the Baxton issue for 8 of the black jurors that the defense striked. There were 12 African-American jurors to select from, and they striked 11 of them, which only left 1 African-American on the jury, and the rest of the 11 is white. I don't think that's an accident. Not at all. And I think they also did it just because they were black. I'm gonna put that out there, because that's how I feel. So I'm going to give you the counts that they are, the charges basically that's against them. And all these charges are for all 3 men. Gregory McMichael, his son Travis McMichael, and the man that, after listening to what I've listened to so far during the trial, not really like a friend, just literally a neighbor. Anywho, his name is William Brody Bryan. So these are all the charges that are against them. Malice murder, which carry a life or life without parole. Felony murder with life or life without parole. And they have 4 counts of the felony murder. Aggravated assault, that carry 1 to 20 years. They have 2 of those against each one of them. False imprisonment carry 1 to 10 years. All 3 have that. And then criminal attempt to commit a felony, which is 1 to 30 years. So the judge decided to go ahead and start with the jury they had. Because the defense apparently produced whatever evidence they need for why they struck the 11 African Americans that they struck. He decided to proceed with the jury they have. So they had opening Friday, this past Friday, which would have been the 5th. They did their opening statements. I was wondering how this was going to work with all the lawyers that we have here in this case. I can see why they trying the McMichaels together. Even their lawyers have come together to defend both of them, even though each one have 2 lawyers specifically for them. But only one lawyer from each team will speak as a group, because there's 2 lawyers to each team. So I hope I'm making sense as I'm telling you this. But only one from each team gonna speak to represent the McMichaels, where they even working together, a plan together, where they represent them together. Whereas William Brody Bryan has his 2 lawyers, they're not even working with them at all. Like, they had to stop and confer. He had to stop and his one lawyer had to stop and confer with the McMichaels lawyers a couple of times. I'm starting to believe they really don't even want nothing to do with them. But I can kind of understand why too, because William Brody Bryan's lawyer, his name is, what is it? I'm gonna give you his. His name Kevin Goff. He is annoying. Oh, and I mean, I don't mean to laugh because this is a very serious thing, but my God, you can tell he annoys the judge, the other defense attorneys. He annoying everybody. Some of his arguments makes no sense. It don't even have nothing to do with why they there. Like, some of his, it's crazy. But anywho. So the prosecution opened up with their opening statement, which basically she basically took you through from the time he coming down this street, jogging down the street every day on a regular, sometime in the daytime, sometime in the nighttime. She's giving you videos of how he's just looking around, never touching a thing, nothing. Just walking around, literally walking around. And she showed, apparently the community had a Facebook page where they all message on there to each other. And at the time that these things were happening, that it was other neighbors and kids and teenagers apparently visiting this same place Ahmaud Arbrey was visiting, which is basically a house that's under construction. The owner of the home decided he was going to do the construction on his home himself. So the house is not gated, is wide open, has no doors. Not all the walls yet. Like, it's literally like the foundation and the outer perimeter without the doors. Like, you can tell, the way it looked like where everybody's coming in at, it almost looked like that's possibly going to be a garage, but they didn't put the garage door there. And like, I guess you can see where the windows would go, but they haven't put them in there yet. You know, I don't know why not. Anywho, we ain't gonna get into that. So anyway, it's all open. And in the videos, you can see the neighbors, children, everyone's just walking in, being nosy. He also have a dock in the back of the house. The dock, which, you know, give you access to the lake that their homes are sitting on. Which brings me to the reason he put cameras in his home. Well, construct the home under construction. Well, it's still his home. But anywho, he put a camera on the inside and a camera on the outside because some of the neighbors were complaining that it was teenagers coming to the dock at night to, you know, do what teenagers do. Apparently it was a group of them going down there, I guess, kicking it. at his back dock, and they didn't like the fact teenagers was kicking it at the dock. So he put the camera up. Somewhere later on down the line, someone stole equipment out of his boat. He thought it was stolen out of his boat at that Pacific house because he had the boat there. So as people started coming in, he started calling the police for every time someone came in, except for when it was children. He never called the police when it was children, but it was a white couple he called the police on that came in. Ahmaud Arbrey he called the police on when he saw him come in because he had a motion on there. So every time someone came in, it would notify his phone camera that someone was on the property. So anyway, anytime he saw Adele on his screen, basically, he called the police. Anytime he saw the children playing in there, he did not call the police. Okay? It got to a point where one of the officers gave him his personal cell number to contact him. I think they was kind of getting tired of him calling, but anyway, that's my opinion. Anywho, nothing was being taken, nothing was being destroyed, none of that. No maliceness going on. However, he do have it in his head that someone stole the thing, apparently it was expensive equipment out of his boat. Like, I think they said it was a navigating system and a few other different tools that he was using for the construction on the house. Anyway, these things cost a lot of money. And the prosecutor is going through all of this in her opening statement. And then she took you through the night before Ahmaud Arbrey was killed, where the police had a meeting. This was another day that Ahmaud Arbrey showed up on the tape. The owner of the property called up police, and this time the McMichaels and another neighbor saw him jogging down the street at this time. So he comes out, goes on about his business. The police show up, so they're standing there talking to the police. Then they had guns in their hand then, the McMichaels and this other neighbor. The police told them then that they would stop and talk to him, that they didn't want them stopping him and talking to him. This was said to them the day before. Anywho, the next day come, and if you watch the video, you know, yeah, they pretty much, the McMichaels started the chase with their truck. They followed him, tried to stop him, saying they just wanted to talk to him. He ignored them, turned around, and ran a different way. They decided to circle back around to get him again, and by then, William Brody Bryan zooms out of his driveway, and all this is on video. It's on Bryan's video on his personal home, and the video he recorded, and some of the other neighbors' videos on their homes. So this whole exchange is on video. The only thing is not on video is when Brody, and when he came out the driveway, he tried to hit Ahmaud with his truck, and which pushed him into a ditch, which he had to come out of, went around him, and ran into another direction. So now he's running from two trucks that's basically trying to run him over. I don't even want to imagine what he's thinking, because one of these trucks got a Confederate flag for license plates. I wouldn't stop to talk to you neither. So, anywho, they did that for 5 minutes. And again, she shows the video during her opening statement and everything. Before the final confrontation happens, when once again, Travis Scott pulls ahead of him, comes out of his truck now. Now his father's in the back of the truck with a pistol in his hand. Now he's standing outside of his truck with a it wasn't a shotgun, it was a rifle, I believe. Long gun, we're gonna call it. And Ahmaud Arbrey, instead of coming straight for him, went around again, and he goes on the opposite side where he's not at. Again, he's trying to avoid y'all again. He's steady trying to avoid. Anyway, if you watch the video, when about time he got to the front of the truck, Travis McMichael was standing in front of the truck, and it wasn't even a half a second before he just shot Ahmaud Arbrey. He didn't even really give him time to completely react if he wanted to a man standing there holding a long gun at him. The prosecution also went on to say that the coroner who did the autopsy will be testifying, and he will be testifying that Travis McMichael, who claimed he did not raise the gun up until he was attacked, how that is false, because the first shot went through the stomach level of him, having the rifle held like this, pointed to his midsection, because on the video you see him lift it midsection. He doesn't lift it like this, he lift it midsection, and that is where the bullet goes in and out through the back, which shows that is the position he had the gun in when he came around. And it also showed the way they were saying it came, the angle the bullet came out of him shows he was literally mid-turning to the front of the truck and wasn't even fully turned all the way when the first shot was taken, which is when he started swinging and fighting for his life at that point, when he has been shot already. Which shows on the video, and you can hear it because Greg McMichael was on the phone with 911 at the time. It happens so you hear it and everything in the video and phone call. The police had already been called, and they was in the area close enough where they heard the shot themselves. So they were on the scene within 2 to 3 to 4 minutes after the shooting happening. And that's who the first witness was, which was Officer William Dugier. It might be Dugier. I'm not sure if I'm not pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize to the officer for that. But yes, that he was the first one to testify. He was the only one to testify Friday that it ran out of time, which leads me back to opening statements. 2 of the lawyers for the McMichaels, one for Travis McMichael and one for Greg McMichael, stood up and gave their opening statements. And their defense is basically Ahmaud Arbrey didn't have no business in their neighborhood, should not have been in their neighborhood, and we may not have proof, and we may not have nothing that shows he did anything, but he did something. They are sure of that, which you hear in the video and everything. Even though he literally did nothing. So that's basically what both of their lawyers was saying. He's also sticking to the story that when Ahmaud Arbrey turned in the front of his truck, he instantly attacked him. But again, it's all on video. So I don't understand how he's trying to stick to that story. I think he was better off just saying, hey, I was scared. But no, he's insisting on the man attacked him. And like I said, you plain as day see in the video. And according to the coroner report, yeah, you shot first. At that point, he had every right to defend himself. As far as I'm concerned, he had every right to defend himself when y'all put up on him with guns. Neither one of y'all are officers of the law. Neither one of y'all work in any law enforcement at all. Y'all literally have no job in law enforcement at all. It's not your job. No. So anyway, so the officer, he testified to what he saw when he came onto the scene, what he observed from Travis and McMichael. Apparently, when he got there, Greg McMichael and William Brody Bryan had already went on. Apparently, Bryan went on back to his house and started working on it like ain't nothing happened. Like a dead man wasn't laying in their street and they weren't responsible for it. That's a whole different type of mental thing for me. You see something like that and you just go back to work on your porch? Wow. 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 And according to the officer, Greg McMichael ends up coming back to the scene a little later on of him being on the scene. And that's when you see him talking to both of them. But I'm assuming when we come back Monday, we will be, because it was an officer that got there before he got there. So I'm assuming maybe he's going to be testifying Monday. I don't know. But they, the prosecutor did say that the owner of the home that was under construction, he did a deposition tape. Because of his health, he cannot in person be in court to testify. So all his testimony will be on a video. I can't wait to hear what he say. But it's on the record that he admit that he realized his things was not even stolen at that property. He believed it was, he lives like 9 hours away and believed it was stolen there, not where Ahmaud Arbrey was. So what he was accused of doing, the owner now fully says he didn't even do and he couldn't have had done because he believed it was stolen up there versus down where the killing of Ahmaud Arbrey happened, which is sad because now you basically really affirming this man is there for no reason. So, yeah. That's what's happening with that so far. So, for my personal observations, my heart goes out to his family. So terrible, because my thing is no human being, I don't care what race you is, no human being should be hunted down with vehicles in a street. I don't care what you think they did. If they didn't do nothing to you, you cannot just assume they did something to somebody else just because somebody else said so. And then the crazy part is, through all of this, the McMichaels did not even know this homeowner, and this homeowner, he said he met them. Okay. I don't understand how another human being could feel it's okay to hunt another human being down and just shoot and kill them like it was nothing. And then have an attitude as in that's not what they just did. I find that beyond disturbing. And I don't understand it. I do not understand it. I do not understand it. And the fact that we living in a day that you still automatically assume the worst of a human being because of their race, it's like, seriously, come on. It's getting ridiculous. Seriously. Completely ridiculous. I don't think, personally, I don't see how they would not find them guilty in this case, especially with the whole incident on tape, from beginning to end, basically. So we'll see how it unfolds as the trial go on and on. But the William Brody's attorney did not give an opening statement for his client. Instead, he asked for his to be held until the state rests its case. Then he wants to give the opening for his client, William Brody Bryan. I think one of the things I don't understand in the case of William Brody Bryan, yes, he tried to run him off the road with his truck. He admitted that to the police in his statement. I don't understand why he wasn't tried for that and that's it. I don't necessarily believe he should be tried for the murder because he didn't shoot him or, you know, anything like that. But he definitely admitted to hitting him with his truck. So the assault part, yeah, he deserves that all day. But I don't think he should necessarily be on trial for murder because he wasn't even like right up there when the shooting part happened, even though he was recording it. But you could see he's kind of far back from where he was recording it, slowly moving closer and closer as it was unfolding. Now, I do feel because he recorded it and the fact that he kept the recording to himself, went to work and all that, never gave it to the police. They had to come and, well, first, Greg McMichael came and had him send him a copy of the recording to his phone. I don't believe he gave his to the police until after the special prosecutor team came in of Georgia to interview him, which was in May. Because the incident happened the 23rd of February, right? Let me go to my notes, make sure I'm saying the right date. Yeah, so the incident happened on February 23rd. The special prosecutor entered the scene May 5th. That Meg Michaels was arrested May 8th. And then Bryan, he didn't get arrested until May 21st. I don't understand why why he didn't just give up the video immediately. But anyway, to me, it's too much of a mystery between what happened after the incident on the 23rd up until the special prosecutor had to come into the situation and even press charges against him, because the DA that did not do her job like she was supposed to, now she's in trouble and has charges against her. So I guess we'll have to see what they charging her with and how that went down for them to be doing that. So anywho, as the days go by, I will continue watching like I do and keep you informed like I do. So that's what's happening so far with the Ahmaud Arbery trial. I will be doing a video to update next week and continue on. I also have an update for what happened on Friday in the Cal Rittenhouse trial, which of course I will do in a video by itself to give you an update on that, of what's happening with that. And if you made it to the end of my video, thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, or share. And thank you.
I swear I give you my tomorrow, forever and now.